Hello, everyone. Let's have a close look at how a new layer of cooperation can change the existing system, even though the underlying rules of the game are not changed in any way. This doesn't mean that this is always an option, but it sure does open a new way of looking at the world. In the United States, the president is elected indirectly through the Electoral College, whose members are chosen by a unique set of rules. Each state is allocated a number of electors that is equal to the joint number of its senators and representatives in the Congress. The District of Columbia is given a number of electors equal to the number held by the smallest state. The U.S. Constitution establishes that the way of choosing electors is determined within each state by its legislature. Nowadays, each state conducts popular elections to help choose their electors. Most states use a winner-takes-all system, in which the candidate with the most votes in that state receives all of the state's electoral votes. Maine and Nebraska allow their votes to be split. Because of this system of indirect vote, presidential candidate can sometimes fail to get the most votes in the nationwide popular vote and still win the election. According to another criticism, the present system encourages political campaigners to focus on a few swing states in which the outcome of vote is uncertain or close, while ignoring the rest of the country. Polls show that a majority of Americans support the idea of a popular vote for president, and a number of constitutional amendments have been submitted in order to replace the Electoral College with a direct popular vote, but none has been successful so far. Amending the U.S. Constitution is a difficult task. A proposed amendment must be passed by a two-thirds vote of both houses of Congress, or by a convention called by two-thirds of the states, and then ratified in three-fourths of the states. Due to lack of consensus for amending the Constitution, several states took a different approach. The National Popular Vote Interstate Compact is an agreement among several states that seeks to replace their current rules for allotting presidential electors with rules that would guarantee the election of the presidential candidate who won the national popular vote. The agreement will go into effect only when the participating states together have an absolute majority in the Electoral College. The participating states would give all of their electoral votes to the national popular vote winner, who would therefore win the presidency by winning more than half of electoral votes. Currently, 8 states and the District of Columbia have joined the compact. Together they have 132 electoral votes, out of 270 electoral votes needed to have a majority in the Electoral College, which has 538 electors. So, the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact is almost halfway to being implemented. If and when enough states join the compact, the rules of the presidential race will change, by the virtue of added cooperation between the participating states, without changing the actual electoral process underneath the Electoral College. This example of changing the system should not be overhyped. First of all, it's still just a hypothetical arrangement that hasn't been implemented yet. It will go into effect only when participating states hold an absolute majority in the Electoral College. Realistically, that would require approximately half of the states to join the compact. Secondly, it can only work because states have a constitutional right to choose electors however they want. Nevertheless, this example gives us a possibility for a whole new outlook on social change. Like U.S. states, which have certain states' rights, people living in modern democracies have a whole set of constitutional rights and freedoms. They include freedom of thought, opinion, and expression, freedom of peaceful assembly and association, and the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. Furthermore, virtually every modern democracy adheres to the principle of everything which is not forbidden is allowed. Empowered with these essential rights and freedoms, a large group of ordinary citizens could theoretically alter the framework of a society, not necessarily by changing the laws of a country, but by establishing a new level of cooperation between them. In fact, implementation of a manifesto for sustainable living and self-actualization stands or falls by people's ability and willingness to do so. To learn more about this manifesto, go to thechangingways.com/manifesto. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching.